Happy Monday, everybody. We are going to give it about another minute to let some other folks hop on, and then we'll get started. All right, welcome everybody. Happy Monday. My name is Cheryl Snavely. I'm the Senior Business Development Manager for the Southeast team located in North Georgia. So we are going to talk about loyalty and travel. I call it the BOGO, the book one, get one. So every time you book someone to our resort, they should be coming back with another booking for you. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do. In fact, most of my most successful advisors use the loyalty and travel program to their advantage. So what is loyalty and travel? I call it a win-win-win scenario. You, the advisor, make the booking, so that's your book one, and you, the advisor, are going to get an additional booking, which also means commission. That's your get one. Who else is in this equation? The client, because they're going to get a great discount, and us, Sandals and Beaches. You are also getting a repeat client. So, what do I want you to do? I want you to tell them about loyalty and travel and encourage them to visit the office to rebook while they're on resort. You really want to capitalize on the excitement while they're in the moment of their vacation. Think about it. They're having the best time and they're thinking, I want to come back. Let's do this again. Let's go ahead and plan our next vacation. You are going to get an additional booking every time you send a client to our resorts. You just need to learn how to do it. So, what can you offer your client when you send them to loyalty and travel? They're going to get the best pricing. It's going to be a 10% discount for a luxury room, 11% discount for a club room, and 12% for a butler room. So, make sure that you are following up right after their return to get the booking transferred to you. And we're going to talk about how to do that. How do you get it transferred? Probably the most important thing you need to remember from today is the request needs to come from the client. There's a small workaround with that, which we'll talk about, but the client is the one who has to request the transfer. You're going to need certain pieces of information to do this. You're going to need the client's name. They're going to put their name in this email. They're going to put their booking number, the one they originally traveled to, as well as their new booking that they made at Loyalty and Travel, the date of travel, when they're going to be revisiting Sandals or Beaches, which resort they're visiting, your name, agency name, IATA or CLIA. They're going to say, I am authorizing ABC Travel Agency to service the following booking while made on resort with Loyalty and Travel. And then it's transferred back to you. We're going to talk about the different scenarios, the time frames when this has to be done, etc. First, let's hear from Hi, everybody. I'm at Sandals St. Vincent, which is absolutely amazing. And I've stepped into the loyalty and travel office, and I'm with O'Keefe, who's going to explain to us what they do here.
All right. Hi, my name is O'Keefe again. So what we do here, we give the best possible price for all of our Sandals family once they're here on resort. So just in short, what we do is we give them 10, 11, or 12% off based off of whatever promotions there are online, right? It's very simple. They do a $250 deposit and then they secure the resort, the year, and where they want to go, right? And as for you guys, it makes it a lot simpler for you because they get our discount, and then if you book their trip once it's registered through the portal, we actually have a letter that we could provide with our guests that can have it transferred back over to you. So at the end of the day, both of us wins, right? But that's just the travel part. In terms of loyalty, what we do here as well is we take care for returning guests. So once they be into a Sandals once or more, we also provide them like a $50 spa voucher. That's to start off. We also give them, we have a dinner that we put on every Tuesday. That's our returning guest dinner. We also give you 10% off or 15 or 20% off as you move up the tiers at the retail spots like the resort shop, the dive shop, private candlelight dinners. So essentially, for coming back to Sandals over and over, we give them the world, to be honest. At 70 nights, they get a free week. All right. I think that was about it.
Awesome. So you're saying this is a win-win because the agent is sending their clients here, which we already know they're going to have a fantastic time.
Exactly.
And while they're in that spirit of having fun, they're already thinking about where they want to go next. So if you send them here, they're going to get that fantastic discount, and you guys are still going to get your commission by transferring the um, the booking to the agent, which is fantastic.
Exactly.
Yay!
And we always recommend that if you book your guests, let them know pass by the lounge. We will take care of them and we take care of you in turn.
Awesome. Thank you, O'Keefe.
No problem.
Have a great day. Wonderful. All right. So that was the Loyalty and Travel Office at Sandals St. Vincent. You will find one of these offices at each of our resorts. I do want to mention that we have a chat box and there are questions. I know you guys are asking questions in there. We are monitoring that. So we're going to have probably Liz Perky or Anita Kudo will be answering those questions for you. All right, moving along. So the guidelines for transferring bookings are found on the TA portal under sales tools and then official statements. So everything that I'm going to talk about today, you can find that, print out, and have that in front of you to read through anything that I say today. It is in writing. This is actually the letter, a copy of the letter that Loyalty and Travel hands out, and I'm going to break it down for you. First, I would like to address the elephant in the room. Yes, that's my elephant. So these are the three most common things that I hear about loyalty and travel, and I'm going to talk about them. Why can't the booking be transferred automatically? I hear that a lot. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Why must the client send the email? We're also going to talk about why that is. And number three, why are you stealing my client? Yes, I'm going to address that too. So let's get going with my elephant. Number one, why can't the booking be transferred automatically? There is a reason. Here's your answer. The Loyalty and Travel Desk is only able to make a new reservation. It does not have access to any other information, such as the agent who sent them there. Their system is separate from ours, UVI's. Therefore, there's a process in place to facilitate the transfer after the client returns home, and that's where you get involved. Why must the client be the one to send the email? The answer is simple. It's for privacy reasons that Sandals and Beaches Resorts will not provide any travel agent or agency details of your reservation prior to receiving a transfer request. Because, this is huge, the owner of the booking, the client, is the only one who can make the request for a transfer. In a nutshell, it is the client who owns the booking, not the travel advisor. Okay. The client owns that booking. It is them who went in there, decided to make a booking. If they want to transfer it to the advisor, that's their prerogative. And we have a procedure in place. Why are you stealing my client? This is a big one. If you do not inform the client before travel of the benefits of visiting the loyalty and travel office, it might seem that way. Your client, and this is true, this has happened, and I know it happens. Your client might stumble upon it themselves and realizing what a great discount they're eligible for on their next vacation, chances are great that they're going to rebook. However, since you did not tell them about it, they feel like they might be, quote, cheating on you. If you do not follow up upon their return, you may not even know they rebooked until it's too late to transfer that booking. Therefore, I'm going to call it the BOLO instead of the BOGO. You're booking one, losing one. We do not want that to happen. Remember, it is the client who owns the booking, not the travel advisor, and they have the authority to transfer the booking to you. So you want to continue that relationship even after the client returns so you can get that booking back and you can service the client as usual. I'm going to show you some real life examples with my advisors on how they approach the program and how and why they are so successful. So stick with me. Summary, the hard truth. I know nobody likes to hear the hard truth, but not all clients want to book again with the advisor who sent them to resort. If they do, however, which we hope is always the case, they have the option of transferring the booking. And I call that the BOGO. Book one, get one. Remember, this is key. You must be the agent of record that sent them to the resort in the first place if they rebook with loyalty and travel to get the booking transfer back to you. So what has to happen? You have to be the one who sent them there in the first place, and then they can request that you get the booking and you service it like always. But it is the client who must send in the transfer request with the information needed. These are the key points I really want you to grasp from today. All right, so let's hear from some successful travel advisors. When I did some digging, here is what I found out from my advisors. Anywhere from 30 to 60%. That's huge. I'm going to say it again. 30 to 60% of the new bookings come from loyalty and travel. Wow. That's huge. They capitalize on their clients' excitement while on resort to get their next booking. The loyalty and travel team does the work for you. Think of them as an extension of your own business. They are like employees that you are not having to pay. They're going to do the work. You send them there, they're going to send them back with an additional booking. That's your get one. So everybody's getting the book one, get one now, I hope. Moving along, I want you to meet Heather Berner. She is co-owner of Burnback Travel. And I asked her, how do you use the loyalty and travel program? Here's what she sent me. So this is prior to travel. This is the communication that they send out in an email. While staying at Sandals or Beaches resorts, we encourage you to visit the loyalty and travel desk to book a future stay, receiving a discount and small deposit. You will receive discounts starting at 10% off just by booking your next trip while on site. The deposit for this booking will only be $250 and will lock you in at that best rate. Okay, so first of all, she's telling them about it before travel. She's encouraging them to go there, okay? And then she's going to follow up with, once you're home, we'll need you to connect once again quickly so that I can have you send an email over to Sandals and Beaches so we can continue to work together creating the best escapes possible. I will be in touch with you once you return home. I hope you have a wonderful trip. Takes away any guilt associated or strangeness that they can go and get that great discount because she has told them, please do. It's wonderful for you and I can still be your advisor. This is how you use the program. She then follows up with an email to see if they booked again. And if they did, then they send this over. Thank you for booking your next Sandals or Beaches vacation while you were on site. You're getting a great price. Reaffirming again the great decision that they made. In order for me to assist with the reservation moving forward, please kindly follow these steps below to move the reservation over to Burnback. And she fills in the highlighted parts for them because they don't need to know your CLIA or IATA number. So she goes ahead and puts down the agent name, agency name, and the number. Please email this directly to bookingchange@uvltd.com and copy me on the email as well with this information. I will touch base in 48 hours to make sure the transfer is complete. Thank you for your continued support, and I look forward to working with you again. This is perfection. She did everything perfectly correct. This is why the program works for them. So that was example one. Here's example two. Meet Valerie Gossett. She is the owner of Premier Worldwide Vacations. And I asked her what she does, and she sent a copy of the letter that she sends out. So we're going to read through it because I think these are really important things for you all to see and to incorporate in your own wording when you have clients going on a resort. So it says, thank you for choosing us at Premier Worldwide Vacations and Sandals and Beaches Resorts for your upcoming trip. Please allow me to share something that's happening at all Sandals and Beaches. Sandals and Beaches has launched their new and greatly improved loyalty and travel program and are offering some amazing deals. My goal as your travel consultant is to be of service and to save you money, so you may wish to visit the loyalty and travel desk during your vacation. They offer promotional discounts that are generally 10 to 12% off the best rates available. These promotions are only available to book while you are a guest on property. She is stating up front, this is a program, here's what it does, and you might want to stop by and talk to them. All right. Secondly, booking another trip while at resort is simply a way for you to receive an additional discount that I'm not able to offer you. But keep in mind, Sandals and Beaches Resorts are not affiliated with any type of timeshare, so it's not a timeshare seminar. That's great because some people do think that is. Tell them absolutely, we are not selling you a timeshare. We're just giving you a discount on a future vacation. So that's good too. She knocked that out of the realm of the possibility. Okay, then she talks about what to do when you get home. Once you return home, your reservation can be easily released to me with a simple email. The Sandals reservation system will not automatically notify me of your reservation, so be sure to let me know upon your return that you did book another vacation so I can give you the email instructions. Once Sandals receives your authorization, I'll continue to be your travel consultant and handle all of your details from that point forward. If you would like information on any of the resorts you are considering as a future destination, start over. Please feel free to call or email me from the resort. Thank you for letting me assist you with your getaway. Have a wonderful trip, and there's her contact information. Again, an outstanding example. She covered everything, what to expect, how it works, and what to do after the return. This is why it works for them. You too can do this in your own wording, however you would like to present it. Here's a third example. Meet Betsy Dewberry, owner of Ideal Getaways. She has the same thing, loyalty and travel, Sandals Resorts. Here's her approach. I just wanted to tell you to have an amazing time. I usually send this to everyone once settled on property, but want to get a jump on it in case you have any questions before leaving. Definitely make sure you go by Loyalty and Travel to book your next Sandals or Beaches vacation while on property. You will get an extra 10 to 12% off and save hundreds to thousands off your next stay. You're still applicable to apply the military and police discount, 777 deals. If you see a room or resort you like better, no worries. We can change your booking and your discount comes with you. You'll still get one name change on a Sandals booking and multiple name changes for beaches if you're unsure who will join. You only need to put $250 down, and once you're home, we'll transfer the booking. Call, text, or email me. And then, of course, she has down here about checking in online. Perfect. You're covering all the bases. You're being upfront and transparent. And then she's going to follow up with you when you get back so it can be transferred to her. That's just all three of those examples are positive, feel good, and everybody is benefiting. So I hope you see how easy it is to work this program. Okay, so what she does post booking to transfer the booking, she emails the transfer to, of course, bookingchange@uvltd.com and copies in the client's email. Okay, the subject is the booking number, and it says, I would like to transfer booking number, and it has all the pertinent information. And then she's asking the client to reply all, and they say, I approve this transfer. So that's a little bit of a workaround. The client is still part of the email process. Betsy is just using a form of her own, an email template as such, to go ahead and have that information and have the client just reply to everyone that this is their intent, to have Ideal Getaways service the reservation. Okay. I hope you guys are no, just picking up on this process and really seeing how easy it is to work this system. Like I said, that form is on the TA portal under Sales Tools and Official Statements. It is called Guidelines for Booking Transfer. So we're going to break it down here in a moment, but I had two other conversations with top advisors and I quoted them. So Cindy McCabe, owner of Bethany Travel, I asked how it worked for her. She says, we support and encourage the loyalty and travel program. We give our clients the information with their documents, and a large amount of our clients rebook while on resort. I recommend that they put down their deposit and we can modify if needed when they get back. If you work the program, it will pay you back with repeat bookings, exclamation point. That's not me telling you. These are your peers telling you. It works for them and it can work for you as well. Michelle Biggers, owner of Endless Family Travels, said the following. For clients that I know want to travel again, I help them decide prior to the trip where they want to go. That way, when they walk into Loyalty and Travel and book that room, they can book that room and resort immediately without taking up their valuable vacation time in the office reviewing options. I love that. Go ahead and decide where you want to go next. Pick out that room, work with them ahead of time, and then say, when you're on resort, go in there and book it. When you get back, we'll take care of the paperwork. That is easy peasy right there. Everybody has a little bit of a modified way that they do this, but it all works, and you've got to find what's comfortable for you and your verbiage to use. Okay, let's talk about the rules. I know it gets to be complicated with the timing and such, but three big rules here are loyalty and travel bookings cannot be transferred if the original booking was made directly through UVI. It cannot be transferred to a tour operator. And the biggest one is it cannot be transferred under any circumstances to another IATA or agency. That's huge. You have to be the agent of record. You have to be the one who sent them on resort in order to get it transferred to you. Now, we're going to talk about other types of bookings that can be transferred in the next few slides. So here are the scenarios for transferring bookings. And this is all in that document that's on the portal. So we're going to talk about transferring booking scenarios for loyalty and travel, for direct bookings, for co-branded bookings, and for SSG free week bookings. So let's learn how to get one of those transferred. We're going to start with loyalty and travel bookings made outside of 90 days and not paid in full. So scenario is your client's on resort, you sent them there, they walk into the loyalty and travel office, they're thinking about making vacation plans for the following year to go to a different Sandals. That's probably outside of 90 days and they're not going to pay in full. Okay, that's your typical scenario right here. So in order to have this booking transferred to you, the following things must happen. The booking must have a $500 balance on it. Okay. The previous booking must be registered on the portal with the same IATA as the one listed on the transfer request. In other words, if you're with one agency and then you switch agencies during the process, that's not going to happen. You got to be same agency. Okay. And the request to transfer the booking must be sent by guest, all in caps, the client or the guest, prior to final payment, which is typically 90 days prior to travel. So take a screenshot if you need to. This is probably your most common scenario. Okay, moving to the next scenario. A loyalty and travel booking made when final payment is due. Okay, so that is when your client books on resort within 90 days of travel. So they're there and they're having so much fun that they decide, wow, I want to go again, but I don't want to wait till next year. I want to go like, next month or in the next 90 days. What happens in that scenario? The full payment must be collected within 24 hours. Same thing, the previous booking must be registered on the portal with the same agency IATA as the one on the transfer request. And the request to transfer the booking must be sent by the guest the same day it's booked. Okay, that's huge. It's got to be sent in the same day if it's going to be transferred. So screenshot that. All right. Last scenario for loyalty and travel, when the bookings are paid in full. Now, they're going to get an additional 5% discount. So when your client books on resort at loyalty and travel and pays in full, what happens? Those bookings, first of all, are non-refundable. Final payment must have been made on resort with the 5% paid in full promo applied. Again, the previous booking must be registered on the TA portal with the same IATA as the one listed on the transfer request. And lastly, the request to transfer the booking must be sent by the guest to booking change no later than 45 days prior to travel. Okay, gonna switch gears. What if it's a direct booking? Because the people ask, we get confusion on loyalty and travel bookings being transferred and direct bookings being transferred. First of all, what is a direct booking? That is a booking made via the website or calling into 800 Sandals or Beaches. Okay, that's considered a direct booking. How can you transfer that? You can transfer that booking. Well, the client can. I should always say the client can transfer that booking to you if it has a $500 minimum, at least a minimum of a $500 balance. And the request to transfer the booking must be sent by the guest, as always, within 30 days of the book date. Okay? Screenshot it. Direct booking, $500 balance at a minimum. The request to transfer sent by the guest within 30 days of the day they booked. That's for a direct booking. Bookings made via the call center or the website. Okay, that's different than loyalty and travel. Another scenario, co-branded bookings. That is bookings made by the client via your co-branded link. Not all of you have that, but if you do, that's what we're going to talk about now. The booking is considered a direct booking. That's a whole nother thing we could have a discussion on another day. Co-branded links we can talk about at another time. It's considered a direct booking. Again, the booking must have at least a $500 balance. And with a co-brand booking, in order for it to be transferred back to you, let's say somebody used your co-brand link that you were working with, and they tried to do you a favor over the weekend, didn't want to bother you and book from your link. That happens. They can request to transfer the booking. It needs to be sent within 14 days of when they did so. 14 days from the book date. It can still be transferred to you, okay? $500 balance within 14 days. Screenshot it. because it's a lot to remember. And lastly, let's talk about SSG or Sandal Select Guests. Transferring Sandal Select Guest free week bookings. I do get asked this. So here's your answer. How can this happen? The previous booking must be registered with the same agency IATA as the one listing on the transfer request. Do you notice that that has been on every single slide when you transfer? So that's a common thread. All right. And the request to transfer the booking must be sent by the guest within 40 days prior to travel. There you go. Screenshot. Okay. Let's talk about the commission on loyalty and travel bookings. Okay, so Chairman's Royal Club, which is now has a new name. So I'm going to use the correct verbiage here. And my slide did not save because I had it on here. Chairman's Royal Club Elite Advisor. Okay. If you are in that club or Platinum Elite or Diamond Elite, you're going to get your full commission account. Full commission amount. Full commission amount. Okay. So whatever your commission amount is, if you are part of that, you're going to get it when you do your loyalty and travel bookings. If you are a preferred agency, and those qualifications have changed a little bit this year, starting at $125,000 in room revenue. So that's an agency specific designation. If you're a preferred agency, a premium preferred agency, or executive preferred agency, you're going to get your full commission amount. That's wonderful, wonderful news. All other agencies, if you don't fall into those two categories, 10% commission on loyalty and travel. So what does that tell you? Your goal is to become a preferred agency. You want that 125 in room revenue combined from all the agents in your agency because you want the full commission on loyalty and travel. Because now that you know how to use the program, you're going to get a booking every time you send somebody there, which essentially should double your bookings. Okay. So how do you do that? Ask your BDM. They will work with you. They will set goals and help you get there. If you don't know who your BDM is, there's a QR code right here. Okay. Scan that. Find your BDM. Contact them. Tell them you want to meet with them. You want to learn the tools to become a CRC or preferred agency. All right. They'll work with you. That's our sole job, is to grow your business. That is what we're here for. Without you, we don't have a purpose. We don't have a job. It is such a great partnership. So really use that. And lastly, I have to say, I love our new car wrap program. So I don't know if you have not wrapped your car, I've got to ask you, what in the world are you waiting for? You are making yourself a moving billboard. It is free to you, free. We are giving you this tool in your toolbox. So use loyalty and travel, use your BDM, use the car wraps to grow your business and really make 2025 the best year possible. And I'm sure that there are questions flying around in the chat box, and I'm glad I'm the one doing the presentation because I get the joy of just sharing the information with you. And my favorite part of this presentation I want to leave you with is this video. Whoops. How about if I play it? Here we go.
When people look at us, they might just see an all-inclusive beach resort. But take a closer look, and you'll see we're so much more. Everything we do, from the design of our properties to the moments we create, is born from our deep connection with these islands. And with our people, the heartbeat of Sandals. champions of the Caribbean, ambassadors of its heritage, drivers of its future. We are made of Caribbean, and we're bringing it to the world. Because the world deserves to feel the real Caribbean. The douchey, the limey, the irie, that's what we're made of. And as we build for the future, we're inviting the world to see. There's no better place to experience the Caribbean than at a place founded by a family from the Caribbean. Sandals, made of Caribbean.
I literally get chills every single time I watch that. So with that, I want to say a big thank you for taking the time to learn how to use the loyalty in travel so you get a BOGO. I want each of you to get a BOGO. I want every time you send a client on resort, they bring you back with another booking thanks to our team members on resort. It's a great partnership. Work the program. It'll help get you to CRC. So thank you again, everybody. If your questions weren't asked already, reach out to your BDM and we'll be sure to get you the answers you're looking for. Have a great day.